Hey y'all, so as you can see, I'm outside. Okay, I'm trying to get a nice little angle, but I'm just turning on the light. But I'm outside in nature, just talking to Mother Gaia, talking to myself, because it is important to talk to yourself because you need to consult the realest one, which is you. You need to consult yourself, get to know yourself, get to know yourself. But that's not what I'm going to talk about in this video. I really wanted to talk about my experience with Moldavite and how it has changed my perception, my overall energy, everything that I'm experiencing in this lifetime that I'm living out right now. It's just like Moldavite is a very powerful energy. Moldavite is a very powerful crystal, but if you're not ready for it, don't force yourself to be ready for it. I had to get myself prepared for Moldavite. When I had it, I just left it sitting on my dresser for, I want to say about 4 months. I just forgot about it as soon as I got it. But this crystal has really done something in my experience. I feel like I can manifest things easier, which before I even had the crystal, I was working with the law of attraction and realizing that I am the most powerful in my reality and that I can manifest anything that I desire. So, whatever I think and whatever I put my mind to, I can have. But this did it times 10. It took me to a point where I felt like anything can happen literally at any moment. Anything that I think about can really happen. Synchronicities happen so fast. It's to where a point that I won't, if I'm not even aware of thinking something, it still happens. I could be like, oh, I was just talking up this person, or why am I just so happen to see this person? It's like everything lines up into what it's supposed to be, and a lot of things make sense when with this crystal. A lot of things make sense. My Moldavite crystal is a male, and his name is Queen. This is him. I know, right? His name is Queen, but he has feminine energy as well. But he's a male, and that's what's like. So it's kind of confusing to me. But he told me. I speak to him. Um, I make sure I rub him. I rub him with my thumb and my index finger. I just rub him. Um, I just let him speak to it. Let him speak to me. I allow him to tell me what he needs. To tell him to tell him to tell me what I need as well and what I need to learn. Like my motivator is just like my buddy, my best friend. Like it's just something that I feel like once I got a connection with. And let me tell y'all how I got back into my motivator. So I was just watching them. No, this is how I believe I was watching a video, and after I watched the video, because something was just telling me, okay, no, he's telling me how I actually got back to it. Okay, so this is because I put the video first. So what I did was I left it on my altar, and with a whole bunch of other little crystals that I barely use. So I just so happened to see it, and I was like, okay, well, this crystal been sitting here for a minute. Why not use it? Because prior to me getting the Moldavite, I knew what its possibilities were. What its potential was in people's lives because I watched the video before I got it. Before I got my Moldavite, I've researched it. I did everything to know about what it does because I like to know about what crystals do before their properties before I buy them, because what am I just going into a crystal not knowing what it's for, you know? So because I always get drawn to crystals. Let me say this. I get drawn to crystals before I get them. I get taught about a crystal before I'm aware of it, and it just happens so funny, like how you get just told about a crystal, like your friend can have a crystal, and and that duck was just flying, and you just thinking like, oh, what is that crystal for, or something, or anyway, it just comes about. So before I got the crystal, I was researching it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was sitting on my dresser, um, and I just so happened to pick it up, and I just got back into looking at some more videos on it. And wondering what this crystal actually can do for people, like even to get more in depth with it. So I seen that people were saying that they had some really good experiences with the crystal, like um, and also some negative ones. People who weren't ready for Moldavite, or who had negative energies harbored within the Moldavite, that had, extraterrestrials that were negative, or that just wanted to use their energy and drain them. There can be negative entities within your crystals. Any type of crystal that you have. If someone is giving you a crystal, make sure you know the energy before it, or that you read the crystal. Most crystals, or just some crystals in general, won't have good energy within them. That's why you have to cleanse them, you have to sage them, you have to do all these types of things, and you have to know if that crystal feels right for you. Don't just get any crystal because you think it looks pretty. No, you need to make sure that crystal is actually for you. You need to feel it, hold it, and allow, even just for like 10 seconds if you need to hold it, to let that crystal tell you what it needs to be in your life for, because some crystals, you would just sit them around and won't ever use them, you know. And I'm sure you have done that before. If you are a type of person that are into crystals, I've done that before. I just let my crystals sit around and I don't use them because I didn't need those crystals. I would just get in them just because I thought they was pretty at the time, or just because I just wanted them because I wanted to rack up on crystals. But then I thought about it, like, that's not really how crystals work, or that's not how you can work with something, because that's just like if you were to just use a friend just because, or use somebody just because they're around or whatever. That's not like, you don't do that. So you really have to build a relationship with the crystals that you have. But back to my experience. So with Moldavite, after, because I believe this is a month of going in using Moldavite, I want to say this is the first month I've been working with using Moldavite. And I want to say even the first day that I got back into it, it was just like I immediately felt the change. You want to know why? Some people say it makes them aggressive. It didn't make me aggressive, okay? I felt so much love, so much forgiveness, so much release within my heart. Like, I just felt like nothing more could weigh me down. Nothing could weigh me down. Like, life's regular problems that people have, that shit is meaningless as fuck. Like, when you really think about it, I felt so different. The same day I put it on, the same day I wore that crystal, it was an immediate change for me. And right off the bat, I knew this crystal was something that I needed to have around me. Like, I knew that I could. I sleep with my crystal. I take this crystal everywhere with me. And it just feels like I need it until it releases itself from me, from my energy, until it finds its new owner. Right now, I just feel like I need to carry this crystal around with me, and I'm not going to stop doing it because I feel like I need to do this. So, like I said, immediate shift. Going into the next day, I just felt like I was able to forgive people. I was able to not get so hostile, not get so angry, because I can get real upset just by little shit. Like, I can really get upset. Like, if you have seen me before, like, I can get upset over little stuff. Like, I will be the type to get upset, but if I do, it's not really from anger now. It's just out of a playful vibe. Like, I really used to be upset about stuff. I really used to get irritated. And now I don't get irritated as much because I feel like that's not a problem. I can literally detach myself from whatever the situation is and move on. I don't have to feel like whatever it is can get a hold of me. Like, I usually don't, but when I do, it can really get a hold of me, and I let that shit get to me. I don't know why, but now I don't feel like it needs to. And that's the power of what this crystal has done for me in my life. Everybody's crystals does a different thing for them, but why this crystal has come into my existence, why it has come around me, is because I need to forgive. I need to not be so angry. I need to not be so hostile. I need to learn how to have more fun. It comes around me to bring in a dramatic change, a drastic, whatever change. Like, it brought a big change. So, what else this crystal has done for me is beyond, what it does for me through my emotions and stuff. It brings so many opportunities. For me, this crystal has brought so many opportunities for my psychic, um, psychic readings, I'm starting to get more clients than I've ever imagined. Like when I think and when I write it down, it happens like this. Like I kid you not, I wrote something in my notes. I put it on my as my screensaver that I get more clients, I attract more clients for my psychic readings, and I'm happy with what they're telling me and how they come back with the answers and blah 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 blah. That same day I put it up, I got a client. So I was thinking like I don't know if it's the crystal, but I feel like it is. But then again, like it can happen without the crystal, but this just amplifies it 10 times more because usually it wouldn't happen in the same day or the same night for me, but it happened. It brings so many opportunities. It brings a lot of um, things that I want to do creatively. Like I want to sell my necklaces. I'm going to sell my necklaces. I'm selling necklaces. I'm selling jewelry. I'm selling crystal bracelets. I want to do other things. I want to expand. Like it makes you want to get out of this stagnant hole. Like whatever it is, it makes you want to get out of that. Like it makes you want more for your life. Like I always want more. That's why I come out in nature and I ask myself, what more can I do? What more can I offer to people? What more value can I give to myself and to others? I don't want to stay in the same box. I don't like that. I don't like it makes you want to get up and go. It makes you want to get up and move. It makes you want to if you are not ready for this crystal, do not because it will make you want to it'll purge out so much. So many old people. Like I just can't get with when people throw a lot of emotional garbage, when people throw a lot of weight, I don't want to be around that necessarily. Or you want to know, this is another thing that I realized. A lot of people are attracted to my energy. After I got this crystal, a lot of people are attracted to my energy. And it's not even just appearance wise or, how I dress or anything, but me, my energy. People that I never would have thought like people like to just hug me. They want to get more affectionate. They want to just be around me more. They people that I was not affectionate with, I can be more affectionate with. They want to be more affectionate with me, and not even in a weird type of way, but just like a friendly, kind. I feel your energy is so inviting and so generous and so loving that people just want to be around me. Like, but I can't be around people too much. I like my space. Okay, I like my space. This is why I come and get some fresh air because as an Aquarius, I need freedom. I need space. I need to be alone. And I find that when I'm alone, I can get more clarity. So, and I like that when I have this crystal around me and when I'm alone, I can get more clarity easier and frequently. I also have my blue kyanite around me. And I feel like this amplifies this crystal times 10. But another thing that I want to say, as it regards to my opportunities and things, like it brings so many people that want to do for me. People that have just gone out of their way, out of their heart for me. This crystal brings around more people who can who can just invite more love into my life and just want to just do for me. Like that's all I can really say. Like people just want to do for me out of like and it just be so random. Like I kid you not, it just be so random. Like I don't expect shit like this to happen for me, but it just happens. Like it happens, and I cry sometimes at how powerful this crystal is, and I cry happy tears, not sad. I just cry how good life can be because sometimes we get so caught up in all of the negative that we forget that there is positive out here. That positive stuff happens in our life. Positive things happen. Like, and it really reminds you that positive things can happen in your life. So, what else can I say about this crystal? This crystal has made me want to do more. It has brought out the other side of me that I never like more creative, more in tune with my psychic abilities, more in tune with my higher self. It just attunes me to continuous elevation. I like how I just put that. Continuous elevation. Like every single day I find something to do that can elevate me. Like I will never stop. This crystal makes me not ever want to stop. Like there's so much good things I can speak on this crystal, but there's also some dangers to it. It wants me to let you guys know. My crystal can we can speak telepathically to each other, and that's another thing that it helped me with is my telepathy telepathic. So what it's telling me is that its dangers are, say if you're not ready to see spirits, okay? If you're not ready to purge out all of your those birds are so pretty. If you're not ready to purge out all of that gunky shit that was in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your third eye, in all of your chakras, if you're not ready to purge out all of those traumas, those hurts, those things that left you feeling like a lot of weight, if you're not ready to let go of that baggage, if you're ready to continue on being in a cycle and stuck, this crystal is not ready for you because when I tell you it will push you, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say this crystal wants more for you, and it does not care what you want for yourself. It does not care. Unless you get like a boundary with your crystal or something, or unless you can speak to it really good and start. And this is where a point where you're starting to allow change, but you're also wanting it to be like um, a consistent, but like on a slow like basis or something, and it's not happening so frequently. But are not ready for it, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself because what this crystal will do, it will make you feel all the feels. It will make you feel all the feels. It will make you feel all the feels. I do remember the first day I ended up getting this crystal. I felt its energy and I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. I do remember that. I wanted to cry. I felt, and I think that's why I stopped working with it. That's why I let it sit for a while and I forgot about it because that crystal, I felt like it was for me. And you want to know how I knew it was for me? Because I felt like it was releasing something out of me that I needed to be released. It did not hurt, but it felt good. Like I'm not one to cry all the time, or if I cry, I'm gonna cry by myself. I'm not gonna cry in front of a lot of people. I'm not gonna cry in front of people. I'm not gonna play the pity party or nothing. I'm gonna cry, get that shit over with, and keep moving. And that's what it'll make you feel like. It'll be constant. You might be walking down the street and then you just feel like, okay, this crystal on you. You feel like you want to jump for joy, or you want to cry your fucking heart out, or you want to just get real angry. Like this crystal will make you like. That's when I say when it will make you go through the feels. It will make you go through the feels because it'll be so random. Like it'll be so random, and I don't know. So I could be exaggerating this for some people, but this is what happens in my experience. I can only speak from what happened in my experience. I can't speak for what happened in other people's experience, but I'm just telling you what this crystal has done for me. So if this crystal does not do the same for you, then I can only say either you have a fake, or that crystal was not meant for you, or just that, like that crystal was not meant for you. So I'm not going to say that all of this can happen for you. I'm just telling you my experience and what has happened in my experience and what it has done and what I feel like it's going to do further for me, because I know if I continue to use this crystal, which I will be doing, it will have an effect on me that will just be so powerful. and I'm allowing it. I'm receptive to it. I'm open to anything that this crystal has to bring to me because I speak to it, and it just tells me like the changes are, I'm ready for it. And what I've noticed is even if you are not the owner of the crystal or the person who has a crystal, if you're around people with this crystal, they will go through changes as well. They will go through many changes, and I can see this. Just somebody said this in their video, and I noticed this through other people's lives when I was around them with this crystal, how fast their changes were. Because some people can really stay stuck. Like you guys, this is, everybody goes through changes, but some people will really keep themselves in a box. They will, okay, I only have 5 minutes left, but I'm gonna just tell y'all, like some people will really keep themselves like linear and in a like stagnant reality. But I've noticed the changes in other people's lives. So yeah, even if you aren't the holder of the crystal, say if it's in your house, if it's in your house, this crystal is powerful. And I just want to say that this is how big my crystal is. Your crystal does not need to be fucking huge. It does not need to be huge for it to have a powerful effect on you. It doesn't. This crystal has done so much for me that I can't even explain all in one word, or not in one word, but I just can't explain in one sitting of this video because yeah, like if you aren't ready to see spirits and stuff like that, don't get this crystal because this crystal is gonna. I sleep with my crystal, so I get vivid ass dreams. If you aren't ready to experience that, please hold off. If you aren't ready to experience synchronicities of your ass like every other second, don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. I was ready for it. It told me I was ready for it. I know I'm ready for it because guess what? Guess what? Because I like high vibrational crystals. I like crystals that are going to help me elevate. That's how I know my soul is on a different type of plane. My soul is on a different playing field because I don't want. I never really was into the whole root chakra crystals and stuff like that, and the crystals that were like, I do have some, but I'm not into them as much as I am into the balancing out all of my chakras and the crystals that are high vibrational, like Moldavite, Tektite, things like that. And I have Tektite, and I want to do a video on that. But yeah, like I was saying, this crystal is gonna bring so much change, and I can feel it. I felt called to do this video. I've seen other people do it, but right now I feel like what's the best time for me to do it because why not now? You know, why not now? And I'm gonna leave y'all off on that note because why not now? I feel like that just saying that at the end was just something powerful. Why not now? So I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. I love y'all so much. Please stay blessed, heavenly, powerful, and wanting more in your life. I'll see you. Peace.